Hello beautiful people, welcome to the first episode of the series How to Do My Makeup. This is Lifestyle with Amidomarami, and today we're talking brows. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how to achieve perfect brows and also how to make your brows last longer. The first thing you need to do is to prep your brows. Now, this is one step that people do not really pay attention to, but it is really important. I would be starting with the Adventure Oil and Sweat Barrier. This product helps to keep my oil and sweat at bay because people of God, Lagos is hot, and I would be applying that using a cotton plate. Next up, I will be applying foundation over my brows. Yes, this is the V Beauty Pro Matte Foundation in the shade Melanin. I am doing this because usually I draw my brows over my skin work, and I just find it easier to draw my brows after my skin work than to draw my brows on clean skin. So I'm trying to create an illusion that I already have my skin work done. And you need just a tad bit of foundation for this. You do not need a lot of foundation. And blend out, guys, blend. Next up, I am setting that foundation with the Beauty by AD setting powder in the shade Lucent. Now with makeup, it is important to set as you go. You have to set every step as you go because you don't want things to mix into each other and you don't want things to crease. Now I am just brushing my brow hairs with a clean spoolie. One, to get rid of excess products, and two, to put my brows in place. Next up is outlining your brows. Now, with outlining your brows, there are 3 points you need to note. People have different ways in determining these 3 points, but I just use the natural flow of my brow hairs. First point you need to note is the front of your brows, that is the beginning of your brows, and then you move to the arc of your brows, and then the last point is the tip of your brows. I would outline my brow with the Hegai and Esther brow pearl in the shade Ebony. First, I will be creating marks at the points that I mentioned earlier, the front of my brow, the arc of my brow, which is the highest point of my brow, and then the tip of my brow. Also, I would be replicating the same thing at the top of my brow. Now, the shade of pencil I am using is almost the same as the good old Davis pencil in color 3. Now, that pencil is an OG, so if you have it, you can use it. Like I said, I am just replicating what I have at the bottom at the top. So I am just connecting the marks that I made earlier. I am connecting the front of my brow to the arc, and then the arc of my brow to the tip of my brow. Now for this step, you need to ensure that your pencil is well sharpened. It has to be really pointed. So I'm just replicating what I did at the bottom to the top of my brow. So there is a popular saying that brows are not twins, they're sisters, which means that you cannot have them be the same thing. Even twins are not exactly the same thing. There is always a slight difference. Now the trick to having symmetry with your brows is you need to ensure that you do both brows simultaneously. Do not finish one brow before you start the other. I am just filling in the parts of my brows where I have really scanty brow hairs with the Hegai and Esther pencil in the shade Nubia. Now this pencil is an equivalent to the good old Davis in the shade 18. That pencil is an OG, like I said earlier, and it is really affordable. So if you have that, you can use it. You really do not need to switch pencils like I did if you like dark brows. I just like my brows to look natural. So if you like dark brows, you can just continue using the same pencil that you used to outline your brows to fill in. Like I said, I like really natural looking brows, hence why I had to switch pencils. Moving on to the next step, which is the most crucial, is highlighting. I would be highlighting my brows with the Lagirl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and the V Beauty Foundation in the shade Melanin. And I know you're wondering what that is for. Also, I am going to be using the Girls Corner flat brush. Now, this brush is flat, so if you need to invest in a good flat brush, you can buy this. First, I am going to be going in with the foundation. Going to be going in Busola. Okay, so I'm going with a concealer that is lighter than my skin tone, about 2 shades. This is the Lagirl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. At this point, I was just trying to find my redeem. This part of the video was the hardest for me to film because I am short-sighted and I could barely see anything. I really struggled to see. Okay, so I am highlighting already, and I am starting from the highest point of my brow, which is the arc. This is because, and I'm starting with the concealer, I'm not taking the concealer all the way to the front. And this is because, like I said earlier on, or if I've not said it before, I'm saying it now, that I do my skin work before I draw my brows. And it's just a lot of work. It is high risk to take the concealer all the way to the front because I have dry skin and things tend to dry fast on my skin. What if the concealer dries down completely before I finish highlighting my brows? I beg, I'm allergic to every form, kind and type of stress. So I just use a foundation to highlight the front and the tip of my brow because one, it is my skin tone and it is easier to blend into my skin work. Dazzle. So I am now highlighting the front of my brow with the foundation. You need to be really, really careful and patient with this step because this step determines if your brows will be on fleek or not. Even if you have outlined your brows perfectly and you're filled in your brows perfectly, if you go wrong with this step, your brows might not be on fleek. However, it is fine for you to make mistakes. Do not put yourself under any undue pressure. I try as much as possible not to think about making mistakes because the moment I think about it, it happens. So I try as much as possible to evade my mind from making mistakes. Now I am highlighting the tip of my brow. I am making sure that it is pointed and it is pointing outwards and not downwards. I think I read it in an article. I saw it in a video that if your brows point down, you look sad. Hence why I do that. Okay, so I am blending already and I am blending out the foundation first. I blended out the foundation at the front and I'm blending out the one at the tip and I'm just blending it out into the concealer and now I'm going to blend everything together. At this point, I really do not have to do a lot of blending because I already kind of sort of sort of did some blending while I was highlighting. So yes. So next I'm going to be highlighting the top of my brow. I really did not need to do this step, but yes, just for the culture, let's do it. So next I would be blending out the foundation that I used to highlight the top of my brow. So if I had my skin work done already, I would definitely not highlight and blend like that. Okay, wrong, Sha. So next, I am correcting the mistakes that I made earlier with with the shade Nubia. I am not using Ebony because Ebony is too dark. Nubia is lighter than Ebony. So the next step is to set, and I am setting with the Imagic Professional Brow Mascara in color 2. This mascara comes in 4 colors, color 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth color is a transparent shade. I like light brows, hence why I'm using color 2. So if you like darker brows or whatever, there are so many options for you to choose from. So I just took a little bit of that product with a clean spoolie and warmed it up at the back of my hands because I don't want to get a lot on my brows or else my brows will just become extinct. So I'm just applying to my brows like so, brushing up my brow hairs like so. I said earlier that setting is very important. Now, this step would ensure that your brows go nowhere. They would stick with you like a good habit, or is it bad habit? Whatever. And that, my loves, is how you get your brows done. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, share, and also leave your comments for me in the comment section below. I would love, 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 love to hear from you. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, please, and turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Till I come your way next time, I remain your favorite small little one and only Omida Marami. I love you. Mwah!